Good afternoon, my crafty friends. I hope you're all well. Welcome to the How to Craft Network studio. My name is Toni and this is a wonderful studio where we get creative, we have some awesome deals, and we have creative products that are going to enable you to create the most incredible cards, projects, and giftables from your own home with a big smile on your face and a big smile from the receiver as well. So if you are not a subscriber to our channel, make sure you subscribe to our channel. It's a lovely place to come and say hello. If you want to buy products, you can, but if you don't and you just want some inspiration, it's a lovely channel to come and appreciate that too. We tick both boxes, should we say. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day. I think you are. You're all chatting amongst yourselves, and I will do a little bit of a shout out when I get to the other side. But today is our one-day special. Now, every Friday we are live at 1 p.m. with a item or a bundle or products that maybe are brand new or you've seen before and it's time to retouch on them. Maybe you missed them at launch, maybe you just wanted some inspiration and already have the products. And today is one of those shows, although I do have some deals in the show as well as we move down the counter. So if you are watching for the first time, thank you so much for coming along. If you do enjoy the show, make sure you give us a thumbs up. And we also do pick winners after live shows. So if you want to pop a comment underneath the video when we've gone off air, did you enjoy the show? We do appreciate that. That gives us a wider reach with our channel. And we are growing so fast, which is wonderful. So let's have a look at some of the lines that are in the show today. We've got some lovely demos for you all. I've got 2 demos today. And it's back to our incredible lamination stamps, which I have been doing for almost 10 years. And love and never get bored of. So we're going to do a bit of spotlight stamping and some watercolor stamping too. And we're going to touch on some of the other items in the show. So I hope you're all well, having a great day. The sun is shining today. It's a wonderful day. And after this show, I am finishing early. Can you believe it? Normally we stay here till 5, 6 o'clock on a Friday. But today we've decided to finish straight after this show as the sun is shining and we're going to take a nice walk as a family. So I hope you're having a great day too. And whatever you're doing, keep smiling. Keep smiling. And yes, my son is back at school next week. Ha! He's ready for it. He loves school, as you all know. And after probably week 2, he was already on countdown, when school, mum, which is wonderful, I know. But it's been a long time, hasn't it? A long time. So let's have a look at some wonderful items. And then we'll get on to some great demos, shall we? So the first item in the show, I've got 2 lamination stamps here, and I thought I'd give you a bit of a choice. So if you haven't got any of our lamination stamps, these are wonderful, okay? So we have 2. We have Celebrate and Doing Great. Let's talk about Celebrate first. So 9 stamps, and it is that wonderful solid portion stamp where you add the colour and then you add the outline, and you can create the card that looks like you've actually freehand painted it. And I'm going to show you exactly how in this show. We're going to change it up a little bit though. We're going to do some spotlight stamping today. So if you've not done that before, maybe you have, and I don't want to teach you how to suck eggs, but if you have, I might reinvigorate your craft to do it and try it, even though you've done it a ton of times before and forgotten about the technique. But if you haven't, it is a wonderful technique to get your creative juices flowing and revisit some of our early lamination stamps as well. We do not expect you to buy anything in the show, okay? If you like, then you'll buy. But please know that this is an inspirational content channel as well. So you might have something in your stash that you can take the inspiration and replicate with your own products at home. So that is the first lamination stamp. It's an A5 stamp set, okay? And you get all of those lovely sentiments in there too. Now, moving down, we have this sort of like tulip-esque design as well. Now you can see from all of our packaging, we have the visual on the front, and this one's called Doing Great. Has some nice blocky sentiments in there, and be the best version of you, which is just amazing, isn't it? Be the best version of you. So again, you get the solid portion and the outline. I don't want to talk too much about these. Probably most of you know about lamination, but it's probably best I explain over on demonstration in relation to these. Now, if you are watching the show on Facebook, on mytelly.com, or on the app, make sure you share the show because we love to share the love of crafts. Now, moving down, we have 2 more items. Now, these are brand new. Now, you're probably thinking, actually, Toni, they're not brand new. I have the circle and I have the scarf. No, you don't. because these are our mini version. So before we did a large stylized circle and a large star, and they went on the bigger like 7x7 cards, didn't they? And they sort of like framed your design. Well, these are now your minis, and you get both for £12.99. You can see the code on the screen there. If you like any of the show, you can scan the QR code on the screen also. But if you don't have a camera, you can pop the code into your lovely browser and it will bring up all of the items. So this one is your 2 stencils, and I'll show you them in detail when we get to the other side, and I'll show you the sizes. But let me show you some of the samples that we have here. So these are the smaller ones that are going to go around your reflection collection beautifully. I'm going to use them with my lamination too. They're just a staple item that I think you all love and use all of the time. And a lot of you did click the notify me button, but I've brought them back, but I brought them back smaller, so you have variation in your craft. So you can see here, if you want to use it as some stenciled with ink and fine line pen round, so you get the exterior stencil and you also get the centre as well. Okay, so you can do vice versa with your card making, exterior and interior, and I'll show you that when we get to the other side. So that's the star. Let me show you the circle as well. And when I say stylised, what I mean is it's not just a circle, because it's bland and boring. We like a little bit of abstract at Stamps by Me. We like a little bit of detail. So these ones have like a stylised edge, and you can see that beautifully on this card here. So around the top, they give a little bit of detail. You have to be a little bit careful when stenciling through, but the results are so worth it. So here are some circle designs, and it's just to create something a little bit different on your card making. And you could create bubbles around your reflections if you want to. I'll just tilt that forward. There we go. So you can just sort of like spotlight half of your stamp design, the full stamp design, moons, sunshines. Sorry, here we go. So you can see that. How cool is that? I just love it. It just tells a wonderful story. So these are probably the stencils that you'll probably use often. Here we are. Look at that, just like a corner part of it as well. Create and set that scene. And then lastly, we have the top one as well. So these are your 2 stylised. It's not a choice. You get both of. They are £12.99. And if you have your discounts and you are a club member, you're going to get them at a great deal. About £8 or something. Super, super cheap. So moving down the counter, I'm going to show you this one. Now, I separated this one, but before you add this to your basket, let me talk about the next one as well. I'm going to talk about this, but don't add, well, you can add it to your basket if you want to, because we do have the facility to add multiples to your basket and get charged no extra cost. But give me a second to talk through, okay? So this one is your Dotted Designs card frame. So this is a full, complete card, and you can see by the picture here, you run it through the machine and it scores down the centre and gives you this decal edge. Now, this one is like a postage stamp design. This is my all-time favourite from the collection. And I have separated this, and I'll tell you why in a second, from the collection. So this one creates a beautiful card blank. You fold it down the centre and then you are good to go. So if you're wanting a little bit of change up in your craft, you're wanting a shaped card rather than a straight edged card, this is an option. And I've popped this on at £10 for you all. And it's a great way to sort of like use your coloured cardstock and your glitter cardstock in your stash as well. Maybe create a different design with your card blanks. So that's that one, and you can get that independently. Now, let's just move that out of the way. So for £10, you get that one, okay? But for the next price I'm going to show you, you get 7. Now, the designs may vary. They're all very similar in design. They give you the edge detail, the butterflies, the florals, the decorative edge, but they all create cards. So they all have that embossed line down the centre. And then when you run them through the machine, all you need to do is fold them in half and you have wonderful shaped cards, okay? So let me show you. Now, you will not get, I've popped this one in here because I'm one short, the one that I've just shown you, which is this, right? You won't get this one. So if you're buying this one independently, you won't get a double, okay? So in this particular set, you get 7 Dotted Designs creator cards, okay? Look at the price. So if you are a club member, 5% off. If you have your points and your discounts, whether it be 5%, 10%, 20%, it's less than £40 for 7. Okay, let me show you. So contents may vary, as in design-wise, you'll get 7, but the designs may vary. They're all beautiful, all of the designs. You can see all of the designs on the website, but this is an absolute steal. Absolute steal. So like £5 something each. I mean, come on. So let me just show you. So you get 1, 2. Look at that one. Look at, if you just look down by here, can you just see that little picture there of that flourish edge? So 3, 4, 5. This one's beautiful. Look at that detail on the edge of that card. 6. And then you'll get a 7th. It won't be this one because this is independent. And the reason why I put this independent is I felt like if you haven't got the budget of £35 to £40 and you'd liked the shaped cards, this is probably the one that you'll use all of the time. And as I've said before, we are creators that need to start using our stash. So, you know, I think that this one will be a staple because of its generic shape for Gents Card Celebratory. So that one is 7 sets. 7 for that price on screen for you all there. So this is an absolute steal, absolute steal. So check that one out. If you're into maybe changing up the shape of your cards and things like that, then that's a great option. The last 2 on the counter I want to show you are back in stock. So these always sell out. And do you know, when I said to you about a week or 2 ago, we've had a big container of stock, which is replenishment stock, because you've all been hitting that notify me button. Well, these are the 2 that were on there. Unfortunately, the white still is not here. You're all asking for white, I know, but as soon as it comes, you will know about it. So first of all, let's talk about mushroom. It's called mushroom, but it's a beautiful antique gold. And I'm going to use this in my demo. And it is that palm-sized metallic sparkly paint that's just going to stand the test of time. It goes on and on and on. It's brilliant for your splats. It's brilliant for painting. You all use this all of the time, and I will demo this one as well. And then the second one on here is your cloud. Now this is like a very interference colour. So again, brilliant on black cardstock and things like that. It's got that lid on there. You can use the lid as a mixing station too if you want to. So put some colour in the lid, spray with water, and you've got a beautiful metallic cloud coloured sparkly ink as well. Absolutely wonderful. These are our best-selling paints, the gold and the sort of interference colour. So that is the full show. Shall we get rid of the housekeeping now, the sales pitch, and let's get on to some wonderful demos. Now, I love to demo. As you all know, it's my favourite. Now I can breathe. And breathe. So I hope there's something in the show for you. If there's not, it's no great shake, right? We always got products for sale for you, probably most days of the week. So if you're here for the inspiration, hopefully I'll inspire you to go and dig out an old lamination stamp and play with it, fingers crossed. Right. Are we all okay? A little shout out for you all then. Donna, Janice, Audrey, Danielle, Jane, Sue. If you can share, that would be awesome. And as you all know, we are live Fridays, 1 p.m. for our one-day specials. Wednesdays, 1 p.m. for deal hunters. And then we do try and get some craft battles in. We couldn't do the one yesterday, unfortunately, because Sarah was a little bit unwell. But we're going to reschedule it for when she comes back from her holidays. And then we always have our Monday night lives, which are 6 p.m. always. And that's the place to come and just chat. We do demos, we go through product, we showcase new. But it's a great way to come and ask questions, get involved. What are we up to at Stamps by Me HQ? What are we all doing? We're doing well, right? We're all doing incredibly well. And if you're in our app, wonderful too. Make some new friends. Right. So let's move this out of the way. Let's do the spotlight stamping first, because I think you'll all really love this one. So these are the 2 stamps that are in the show. And I think I'm going to do the spotlight stamping with the Doing Great one, because it's that lovely tulip. And I really love this. I love them all. I love them both. I love them all. I really do love my lamination stamps. So let me show you how the concept works. Or if you're sat at home now and thinking, oh, I've lost my mojo, Tony. Well, hopefully my little demo is going to bring you back and get you going again. Now, when I use my lamination stamps, any cardstock will work. You don't have to go out and spend a fortune. You really don't. So white cardstock, any coloured cardstock. But if you do use watercolour cardstock, it is a little bit better and you do get better results. But it's not necessary. I like to use the watercolour, okay? And I am using my Carter the A5 watercolor pad, which we have linked to the show. So with the Carta, it's smooth on one side and it's textured on the other, okay? So depending on what sort of look you want, if you want it to look like a real hand-painted image, then you can go onto the textured side, because that's what watercolor artists do, right? But there is the smooth side as well. So just bear that in mind. It's $12.99, it's A5, and you get 16 sheets, and it's pure cotton content too. So let's do the spotlight sort of demo. Now, if you don't know what I mean by spotlight, super easy, guys, super easy. So what we do is we get our piece of card, like so, and then we take our next piece and we just tape it in the centre with a little bit of low-tack tape or a tape pen. Let me just grab a tape pen here. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this piece and I'm just going to pop a bit of tape in the middle. And I'm just going to mount it in the middle as straight as I possibly can. That looks straight, like so. And then we're going to take the solid portion of the stamp. Now, these look awesome as a full bloom. Like, I'm going to do that for my second demonstration with the other one. We'll do a full solid flower so it looks like a hand-painted card. But it is good to change it up sometimes and sort of like chop into the design. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one here and I'm just going to pop it just down the side here, the stamp. So we'll just pick that one up. And then I'm just going to take an ink pad and I'm going to do pink. Running away with myself, let me just show you. So the flower head's purple and peach. You can do any colour you want to, guys. But I just take the ink pad and then I spot the ink pad in the colours. Now, if you get a bleed and the pink goes into the green, please don't try and rectify it, because that's where the magic happens. That's how you get the true sort of sense of this is a watercolour design, because that is what would happen, right? So I'm going to take the orange and I'm just going to spot some orange onto the flowers too. And then I'm going to take the green. If you don't like the bleed side of it, do the coloured flower heads first, stamp it out, and then go back and do the green. And it might prevent it a little bit, but I personally like it this way. So I'm going to go a bit of green. So corner of the ink pad on all of the areas. And if you miss a piece, it's okay, because I'm using my Eureka. So green all over. And then I'm going to add a touch of teal as well, just to give a little bit of variation in my leaves. Not too much, just a little bit. Maybe get in there. There we go. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my spray bottle and spray it 2 or 3 times. So maybe go 2 or 1 more. 1 more for good luck. And then I'm going to stamp it down. So when I push it down, you can see all of the colour starts to sort of like blend and bleed and give me some detail in there. But because I'm stamping on two pieces of card, can you just see that there? I'm really going to try and get that ink into that little crease there as well, so I get a full image, okay? So when I pick it up, it will probably look like a hot mess, but you get the idea. Can you see here? I need to press on a little bit more there, so I'm just going to hopefully get that design in there. There we go. So now we have sort of our lovely floral design on there. Now, instead of moving my stamp, I'm just going to take... No, I better not. I was getting a bit carried away. So then I'm going to move it. I'm going to move this over. And for the top corner, I'm going to do it like... I'm going to do it as if it's coming in from this side, just to be a little bit different. Like that. Can we see? So then I'm just going to clean my door, because my stamp won't stick to my door if it's wet. I hope everyone's having a great day, guys. I really do. And pick up that stamp there, and then we'll repeat the process. So I think I might try and get a bit more pink in this one. So again, a pink ink pad, and then pink on the flower heads. And then a little bit of orange. I'll just pull that in so you can see exactly what I'm doing there. Here we go, you see here. And then just maybe spot a little bit of orange this time rather than loads of orange. And then the green. they're so forgiving as lamination. They really are. You know, no pressure. There we go. And then we'll just put that straight again, and we'll just spray this with some water. Do it 3 times. That's what's working at the moment. And then we'll just blend and bleed it in. Give the card the opportunity to drink that ink. Okay. And I'm pressing on in this little area here because of that line. And then I'm going to try and lift it up and show you. So now we have that. But can you see here? I'm going to have to press on a little bit harder there. Hopefully. Get into that. Because this is the whole point of sort of like, there we go, that's better. I'm happy with that one now. So I'm just going to get rid of this stamp, pop it back on my carrier sheet, and then get my cloth again. What did I just do with my cloth there? Here we go. Clean my door again. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to dry this off with my gun. So then we can go in and do our second layer. You see how I've got this little green puddle here? Got a little bit of a green puddle just here down by the bottom. And that will happen to you as well. Just extra ink. Can you see I'm just going to speed up the drying process by just mopping up that little puddle. So let's just dry this. Loving the colours. I know, nice, aren't they? Pink and orange, pink and yellow, orange and yellow. So I think that's pretty good. I've done my design on the smooth side of that watercolour card, okay? But if you want a bit more like texture, of course you can do it on that rougher side. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this detailed part and we're going to add the detail. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to line it up. So I'm going to take the stamp and line it up. Now the stamps are very forgiving, so if you don't quite get it right, not the end of the world. Just remember that. They're like freehand sketched designs, okay? So honestly, give it a twirl. I'm sure you'll have fun with it. So let's just pick up that stamp there. Let's just move that now. Move that up there. Make sure it's in the right place. Yeah, I think we're good. And I'm just going to get a black ink pad. It would look awesome in gold, but gold emboss. But I'm going black today. Could do a coloured ink pad if you wanted to. Lamination never disappoints. It's so true. So I might have to stamp this a few times because we're stamping onto watercolour card and I need to get into that crevice, don't I? And you'll see why when I start to build the card, what I mean by spotlight stamping. So push, push, push. And make sure that your coloured design is dry because the black ink, there we go. I mean, come on. Oh, gosh. I never get bored of it. I just don't. So let's pop this one up here. And let's stamp this one. Push, push, push. And you can always stamp it a couple of times to get real intense with it if you wanted to. I'm pretty happy with that, guys. That just looks like I have picked up a brush, right? We didn't have to tell anybody either. So let's just get rid of this one for now. Oh, I'm sorry about my belly. That was a right rumble if you heard that one. I'm not even hungry. So let's pull this out of here like this and let me just show you. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this piece off. Okay, so we have our frame and then we have the detail in the centre. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add a sentiment to this part. So let's pop this back in. And let's pick our sentiment. So we've got birthday wishes, wake up and be awesome. You're doing great. Be the best version of you. I love that sentiment. And I'm going to do that. Oh, I'm just thinking, oh, I like that a lot. I think I'm going to go there. I think that is really nice. Be the best version of you, just on the top left there. Tim agreed. He was nodding. He was like, yeah, okay. Be the best version of you. Let's do that. I like this one. And the very fact that it just sort of like goes around that lovely design there. Now you could do another panel with the sentiment on there, but I'm going for like a very soft watercolour feel on my designs. That's the way I like to use them, but of course you can do them however you like. So that's this one. So let's stamp this out. So lots of you have this one in your basket. Now, if you do check out and then later on you find something you want to add to your cart and feel like you're going to have to pay the postage, you so do not. You can add to your basket until that order's left the door. So you can keep adding as much as you need to. Just click add to previous order. Now you all know no orders have gone out this week at all anyway, as per my notice and newsletters. All orders are going to be starting to be dispatched from this Monday anyway. So you do have the chance, if you've got a previous order from this week, you can continue to add to your order. Which is nice, right? Saves on the environmental footprint, and it saves you money too. And it saves me money doing separate parcels. Right, so what we're going to do now is create a nice card. So let's just shift that out of the way. So I have a piece of teal and a teal card blank. These were on last week's show, but they're still on the website. So basically, we're going to put this one on here. Let's do that first. Make sure my card's the right way. So I just pop this on here like so. Of course, this is a 5x7, but if you want to do a smaller card, you can. If you want to do a square, you can. There's no rules. And then we're going to pop this one onto this panel here. If you do create a card today with this technique, make sure you post it in our Eureka fan page on Facebook. We love to see your makes. And then we have this one on here, which is wonderful. And then I'm just going to grab some pads here. We'll pop some little 3D foam pads here, but again, you could do it completely flat. And we'll take these off here. Danielle Hayes, hi Tony, doing great because I'm getting inspired by you. Oh, that's wonderful. What I'm here to do, right? It's my job. So I'll bring that in here, and then what we'll do is our lovely piece that we took out the centres now got this wonderful coordinating panel that goes with the back side of our card. So when you pop this inside, you have a design, make sure that's straight, have a design that coordinates beautifully with the back panel, creating that spotlight effect. So what we've done is we've highlighted the centre. See that there? You could add some sparkle, some gems, some sequins. I probably would add some sequins. But you see, you could have done the design all the way around as well. So that demo was made using the Doing Great lamination stamp. Let's pop this one on the back here because that is a beautiful card, right? And nobody has to know that we haven't picked up a brush. We're not going to tell anybody. It's not a fib, really. No wonder our noses are so big. So that is that one. Now let's use the second one just in a plain format. Totally plain, right? And I'm going to use the stencils and probably the gold. As you can see, I've got mine. The gold metallic sparkly paint. So let's grab this one. exactly the same concept with all lamination, okay? Did you like that one? I thought you might. So this one is, it's like an anemone, okay? So you get the wonderful sentiments, you are wonderful, hello, thank you. Be yourself, everyone is already taken. Especially for you, best wishes, and let's celebrate. And this is sort of like the look that you're going to be able to create here. So let's get the solid stamp off the here. Let's bring in our... Let's just bring this in here. And then what I'm going to do is, last time we did orange and pink, shall we do a purple and teal this time? Let's grab my Eureka. So shall we do, I tell you what, we'll do the textured side this time. So that one was on the smooth side of the watercolour carter. Let's do it on the textured so you can see the difference. Because you do get a different look, which is brilliant, really. You have choices. So let's pop this down. Oh, do we do it to the side? Let's just do it in the centre. Come on, Tony. Just get on with it, right? Is that what you're all saying to me? I know. Let's just pull it down a little bit here. So this time we'll do a purple and a teal. So purple. So I'll just pull this in for you here. So purple. Let's do purple in the centre so it's lighter. And then we'll get the teal and maybe pop some teal around the edge. Now, if you've got our little cubes, you can use your cubes instead of a large pad, whatever you've got in your stash. And then we'll use the green on everything else. And again, as a reference, just have a look at the packet, see where it's sort of like meant to go-ish. The leaf there, there we go. So spray with some water. So this time's textured side, okay? Natalie, question, do you use an insert inside teal card blanks so that ink shows up when you're writing your message? You can use an insert if you want to. I always just do like a matte and layer, a teal and a white inside, smaller, and stick it on and then stamp my sentiment on. Or you can use a white gel pen or a gold pen if you want to be a little bit extravagant. But yeah, I always cut a piece of white card, mount it onto some teal and then stick it inside. Not a full panel, just enough for my nice sentiment and enough to write my message. So I'm going to push this down. And as you can see here, I've missed some of the colour. So I'm just going to lift it back up and you can see already that texture, it's wonderful. I'm just going to take my pink again. I'm just going to add some more. I'll just give it a spray. This is a beauty about it. Oh, I've missed a bit more there, look. Come on. Anyway, let's just give it a push first. I've missed the side of the flower there, so I'm just going to go back in and add some more. I haven't missed it this time. There we go. So push, push, push. Let the card drink that ink, and then when you lift it up, end up with something that looks like you have actually picked up a brush. I mean, come on. So let's just grab our cloth here, clean my door. Now, shall we do gold emboss? Getting a bit giddy, right? I think we should do gold emboss. We'll see. I'm just going to take my towel. I'm just going to mop up my puddles because you can see I've got some puddles from the excess water. So I'm just going to mop those up and then I'm going to dry with my gun a little bit. So you see the texture in there, so it really does look like you've put a lay down of water, and you've dropped some pink and some purple and some green in. Copy paper, yeah, for your inserts if you want to. Might just stamp it in black. Don't know. I'll just do it in black. I always do gold embossing, I know. Let's just do it in black. Come on, Tony, come on. So it's going to take the outline stamp now, and then I think what we will do then is we will add a nice sentiment on a panel maybe. We'll see. Now, if you stamp it out in black and it doesn't show very much, you can always chuck a clear embossing powder over the top to make it a shimmery, shiny effect. So, you know, don't rule it out. And on this one, I like this one because there's leaves without colour as well, which is what you would find in a watercolour image, right? So let's stamp this one out in black. I might add a embossing. Let's just do it in black for now. So stamp, stamp, stamp. I'll try and get this as dark as I can to show you, because I think like my flower centre is dark. So whether this will show, we'll go with it anyway. This is what creating is all about in my world anyway. So best cards come from playing. They absolutely do. Let me just clean my door here. Now, because it's a textured, you're going to have to really get into those grooves. So push, push, push. You can see it. Perfect. Thank goodness for that. I'm going to do it twice, though. Really get that colour laid down. And if maybe you do it and you think, do you know what, I'm losing a little bit of my design. I've not loved it as much as I would have hoped. A good way to sort of like bring the design back is with a white gel pen. So I will always tell you when I feel like things are really needed in your stash, and, you know, like white gel pens are a necessity and things like that. So make sure you get a good white gel pen. So I'm just going to move that off to the side here. So I'm just going to use my gun and blast it off a little bit, because I want to use one of those stencils and just add a halo around. So I don't want to smudge that ink when I do the stenciling around. Now, could put it in the star, you can put it in the circle, whatever you want. So let me just get my sentiment. Let's see what sentiment. So that looks nice. Let's celebrate. I think I like the best wishes, the smaller one on this one. So I'm going to go small with the sentiment on this one. And I think I'm just going to sort of like creep it off to the stalk. I like my sentiment sort of connected to my design a little bit. But if you're like a pastel pink and yellow type kind of card maker, you can, like in the picture there on the packet, or if you like your teals and your deep rich burgundies, you can pick the colour of your choice, or maybe pick the colour, the favourite colour of the person that's receiving it. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Sort of like make it look like you've put a bit of thought into their card, because it was for them personally. Now let me just, I've got a white gel pen, but before I do that, I am going to add the stencil around to show you how sometimes it's nice to enhance a design and focus on parts of a design. And you saw from those samples over there, one of them had half of the circle on. So let's just see. We can see if we decide not to, we decide not to, right? Oh, Mary's quietly listening while she's working. So these are the masks. So you get the centre. So if I wanted to put that over there like so, which I might do, and then add a hue of colour around, it would look like it's sort of like spotlighted the centre of there. But equally, we have the exterior too. So if I pop it on there, I could add some colour over it all. So you have options. So it's the same for the circle and for the star. So seeing as I've opened the circle, we will do the circle now. I love this stylised element of it. Can you see here? Just a little bit of detail goes a long, long way. I love it, love it, love it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to spotlight. Now you can do it absolutely, let's do it in the centre. Let's do it exactly as it is. And then let's just grab a blending brush, little blending brush. Now, I think to pull back a little bit of that pink from our flower, we're going to, let's put a little circle of pink around. You don't have to do this. You can totally skip this. But it just adds a little bit of interest maybe to further elevate your card making. So I'm just going to take some pink, tap it off because I don't hardly want anything on there. And then tap it onto the stencil, and then it might not look like there's a lot. So go light, and it's always easier to add than it is to take away. Remember that, remember. So with this bit, as I said before, you need to just go a little bit careful. I'm just following that sort of pre-cut design there. And then background here. Like so. You can make it as wide, as light, as dark. A little grey halo would give it a lovely subtle design on there. And when you take it away, you have a lovely halo around your lamination stamp. But I would like to add some gold, okay? So I'm going to take this one and I'm going to line it up. There we go. And this time with this part, so I'm covering the pink we've just done. And in the centre, let's put some of those gold splodges with our lovely gold metallic paint. So these are your confetti inks. This is the lid. You can use it as a mixing station. All I like to do is just take my spray bottle, spray in, take a paintbrush of any form, mix it up. And I'll show you on some black card the colour of this actually, because it's brilliant for black card. Although we're not using black in our demonstration, let me just show you on here. Look, so this is some black. So when you paint it on, absolutely beautiful. So brilliant for your splats, brilliant for colouring designs. Absolutely wonderful. So there we go. So I'm just going to take pick up some of that ink here. I'm just going to add some splats, and it's going to stay within that circle, so it's sort of like captured. Just try and not get it on the bottom of my card. I'd like it in the centre there. Can't see too much, but when I pick it up and show you, you'll really see. And this is probably the most that I mean, we do paint flowers. Let me just show you with our confetti inks. We've done it tons of times before. I'll just turn this over and just show you. If you want to just do a bit of freehand painting with the confetti, they are such a smooth, beautiful consistency that you can do that too. So going off piece here, but I just want to show you, because these are the things that I like to use my confetti inks for. So I just like to do leaves. So if you wanted to paint a leaf, like so. We've done lots of tutorials on these, haven't we, before? But just to show you how you can paint the most awesome, brilliant for your Christmas cards too. I know I'm going off piece, but I want to show you how to get the most out of these products if you are investing. So then when we take that off, you end up, if I tilt that, can you see the gold? Yeah. So I'm going to just, I've gone and smudged it already. Oh, anyway. So I'm just going to dry it very quickly, and then I'm just going to show you how to bring the design back a little bit with a white gel pen. Because I feel like we've lost the centres of our flowers because our sort of coloured portion is a little bit dark. Would look nice with embossed in silver, I know. I'm a gold kind, although I like white gold jewellery, when it comes to my card making, I'm a sucker for gold, you know. Gold mirror board, gold sparkle, gold embossing, gold gel pens. Isn't it crazy, hey? And then, let's just move this out of the way. Let's just clean our desk here. So we are coming towards the end of the show. So if you do want to share, that would be wonderful. And I hope you've got your goodies, maybe ones that you've been waiting for or have inspired you in some way. So white gel pen. Let me just make sure this is working. Perfect. And then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to go into the centre here. When you first put it on, it's quite white, but it dries back a little bit, okay? So where I've lost the detail a little bit, I'm just going to go in and add some spots. You see that there? So now I've brought my centre of that flower back. We see there? Just bring them back a little bit. If you want to add a bit more, you can. I don't think there's any rules. Paint some of the lines in. You see? They just sort of like bring that design back a little bit. And it'll dry back slightly lighter. And honestly, you'll probably be chuffed as punch with your little creations on there. And if you wanted to get a fine liner pen now and go around here with a fine liner, make a zigzag line, you could do that. I'm just going to go over that gold there with a white gel pen, try and push it back a bit, but now I've made it worse. What a twit. I've put some sequins over that. So then when you come to add it to your card blank, quite simply a white card blank, and you have a wonderful watercolour masterpiece. What do we think about that? We love a good card, right? So that one is Celebrate. That one's your Lamination Celebrate. So we've got 2 lamination stamps, those incredible dotted designs, a super saving, 7 for less than £40. Then we have the 2 metallic paints too, which is your mushroom and your cloud. And cloud is equally as beautiful as the gold. So that's the end of the show. I hope you've enjoyed it and I hope I've inspired you. Please do let me know. Pop a comment underneath this video when I've gone off air. I do try and reply to everybody's comments, and I do pick winners in our Monday Night Live for vouchers to spend on our website also. So whatever you're doing, it's Friday, it's the close of the week. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon with your friends, your family, or if you are just creating and crafting, that is also wonderful as well. And I will see you all Monday night at 6 o'clock UK time, 1 PM Eastern time. Have a great day, guys. See you later. Bye.